In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 10 no-lag shaders for low-end devices. The downloads can be found in the description down below, but without further ado, let's get started in today's awesome video. Starting off this video very strong, we have the Rio Skyliar shader right to be here. This barely takes up any storage, so what's really amazing about the shader is that it is literally made for lower-end devices. Considering I have my render distance all the way up and I'm still able to run the shader relatively smoothly is awesome. And we found this really cool ravine over here as well, which is honestly super duper amazing, but in general, this shader will come with brighter lighting and darker defined shadows as well. However, this shader does not oversaturate any of the colors or anything like that, and we still do have smooth basic skies over there. And here's how the sunset looks like. It looks absolutely insane. Just take a look at that, boys. We have a nice beautiful sun over there, and of course we still do get like the default lighting and all that, but still it gets the job done and it looks pretty good, and best of all, it will not cause any type of lag. But anyways guys, that is pretty much it for the number 10 spot. Let's head on to the number 9 spot. On the number 9 spot, we have the Harrington Shaders 3.6 over here. This barely takes up any storage, literally 0.1 megabytes over there, so that's really cool. Now the cool thing about the shader is that it doesn't go over the top with anything like that. It has this amazing water over here, which looks super duper clean if you do ask me. But if we go underwater, here's how things do look like, and they look pretty good if you ask me. Look at this, guys. We don't get like any type of distortion effect or anything like that, because obviously that will cause lag. And in terms of lighting, we of course do get brighter lighting and darker defined shadows as well. So if you're gonna go caving, then you're probably gonna want to bring some extra torches. And over here we have the same ravine that we saw earlier, and the lighting is way more smoother. I hope you guys are able to see it. And here's how the sunset looks like. This is definitely gotta be one of the cleanest and most beautiful sunsets out there. So we get a diamond shaped sun over there, and we just get all of this smooth lighting over here. We have a bunch of oranges, yellows, all that. But anyways guys, that is pretty much it for the number 9 spot. Let's head on to the number 8 spot. On the number 8 spot, we have the EV shader right to be here. This barely takes up any storage, literally only 4.3 megabytes, and I really love this shader for many reasons. So one thing about the shader that's really cool is that the lighting is definitely made to be very bright, and they actually do add some saturation to the colors as well, which I do appreciate. And also I really do love how the shadows look like. As you can tell, like the shadows have multiple layers to it, and you can see it slowly fade away, of course, to the normal light. And also we get a photorealistic sky over there. We have a bunch of nice photorealistic clouds as well, which honestly looks super duper realistic, and I really do love that. And of course we do have the ravine that we saw earlier in this video, and as you can tell, the lighting is definitely made to be much more smoother. And here's how the water does look like. The water is once again made to be simple, nothing over the top or crazy or anything like that, because these are meant to be simple no lag shaders. But if we go underwater, here's how things do look like. We have no type of distortion effect or anything like that. Regardless, we get one of the most beautiful sunsets ever. Look at that, boys. As you can tell, the sunset is definitely made to be much more bigger. It is in a square, and we have a bunch of different shades of orange, yellow, all that good stuff, and we can slowly see a transition to the nighttime. Still, I love this shader so much. But anyways guys, that's pretty much it for the number 8 spot. Let's head on to the number 7 spot. On the number 7 spot, we have the SLPE Shaders right over here. This is another shader that barely takes up any storage, only 0.25 of a megabyte, so it really will not cause your device any type of like harm or anything like that. So one thing you'll immediately notice is that the clouds are literally made to be 3D. I hope you guys are able to see it. Yeah, that's honestly really cool, and they do move as well, which is another really cool thing as well. And obviously we do get brighter lighting and darker defined shadows as well, very dark shadows actually. So if you plan on exploring like the woods or something, then you may want to bring some torches. And I love the way the lighting looks like. It looks pretty cool if you ask me. But anyways, here's how the water does look like. I really love the way the water looks like. It's simple, it looks like a solid blue color, and I really do like that. But if we were to go underwater, here's how things do look like. And what's actually cool is that we actually do get a slight distortion effect underwater as well. But anyways guys, here's how the sunset does look like. It does look pretty cool. It's kind of like the same like in the vanilla Minecraft, but obviously we do get those 3D clouds. But anyways guys, that's pretty much it for the number 7 spot. Let's head on to the number 6 spot. On the number 6 spot, we have the Fuse Lush Leaf Shaders right over here. Now this is a very unique shader, and I had to include it in this list because what it actually does, it changes the colors of some of the leaves over here. For example, this birch tree literally has different colors over here. It is made to be yellow. My heater do be making some noise. They also do add a new type of leaf as well, including this one over here, which basically adds like roses and flowers, which is honestly pretty cool. And you can definitely tell that it's a shader because they have such smooth shadows over here. Just look at them over here. This is a perfect pack, and if you want to combine it with another shader, then you guys can absolutely do so. I love this pack to bits. It's simple, but it gets the job done. But anyways guys, that's pretty much it for the number 6 spot. Let's head on to the number 5 spot. On the number 5 spot, we have the Kamii Shaders 3.12 right over here. This barely takes up any storage, only 0.25 worth of megabytes, and I absolutely love the shader to bits over here. So what's really cool about this shader is that they definitely do make the colors way more brighter, but they don't oversaturate it, which is really awesome. And I love the way the water does look like. So the water is a little bit crazy in the shaders, but I had to include at least one shader that comes with good water, and this one definitely does have it. So look at this water over here. It is absolutely insane. I'm just gonna fly up so you guys can see it. It looks very realistic, but still we are able to run this pretty smoothly. But if we were to go underwater, here's how things do look like. As you can tell, you know, things are pretty simple underwater. And here's the same ravine that we saw earlier in today's video. As you can tell, they definitely do make the lighting much more smoother, so I can definitely appreciate that. And look at that sunset over there. It looks absolutely amazing. It is super realistic. But anyways guys, that's pretty much it for the number 5 spot. Let's head on to the number 4 spot. On the number 4 spot, we have the Haptic Shader over here. This takes around 12 megabytes worth of storage, and the backstory behind the shader is actually really cool. It was actually created on a mobile device, and that is why it is specifically made and optimized for mobile devices, which is honestly super duper amazing. So here we are in this amazing shader over here, and as you can tell, we are running this pretty smoothly, especially considering the fact that I have my render distance all the way maxed out. That is insane. And over here we have the water. The water is also made to be very simple, nothing crazy or over the top, and if we were to go underwater, then we could see things pretty clearly. So I definitely do like that, you know, nothing crazy. And here's how the ravine does look like. The lighting is definitely made to be incredibly smooth. I hope you guys are able to see this, but like we are barely lagging. And here's how the sunset does look like. We have a nice photorealistic sunset with a lot of different colors over there right behind the nice photorealistic cloud. So this is definitely a very beautiful shader. But anyways guys, that's pretty much it for the number 4 spot. Let's head on to the number 3 spot. On the number 3 spot, we have the Libra origin shader right over here. This barely takes up any storage, literally less than a full megabyte, so that's honestly really cool. And what I really love about the shader has to be the clouds. The clouds are definitely made to be very unique. But let's take a look at the water over here. The water is very trippy. As you can tell, there's a lot going on with the water over here. But if we were to go underwater, here's how things would look like. And the underwater actually does look really cool. So we do get like a bunch of lighting effects and all that, but we also do get this really cool distortion effect underwater as well. Now, one thing you will immediately notice about this shader is that it is incredibly dark. So if you're going to be using this in survival, then you're probably going to need way more torches than you normally would, and caving might be a bit more of a struggle. And here's how the sunset does look like. So the sunset is barely visible, but it is right over there, so it is kind of hard to see, but I hope you guys are able to see it, and it looks so amazing. So we get a bunch of clouds over here. Like we can see the light from the sunset being like reflected on the clouds as well, and as it slowly turns to nighttime, you are able to notice the stars that start to emerge, which is honestly a beautiful sight. But anyways guys, that's pretty much it for the number 3 spot. Let's head on to the number 2 spot. On the number 2 spot, we have the improved vanilla shaders version 1.0 over here. This barely takes up any storage, only 0.23 megabytes, so it really doesn't you know, take up a lot of space or anything like that, which is honestly very convenient for us. And this is a very simple shader, but it will get the job done, and it will make your Minecraft look way more better. So we do get brighter lighting, and we also do get you know, slightly darker defined shadows. They're not as dark as, you know, some of the other shaders in this list, but you can definitely notice a difference. But anyways guys, let's take a look at the water over here. The water is practically made to be clear, which is perfect for low-end devices because it will not cause any type of lag or anything like that. And likewise, we don't get any type of distortion effect underwater, so that is also another really cool thing. But look at that sunset over here. It looks absolutely insane, and it actually has like a purple vibe to it. I don't know if you guys are able to see it, but it has more of a purplish color to it, which I really do like. It's very unique and still one of the most beautiful sunsets ever. You know, just take a look at all the different like purples and oranges. Okay, now it's starting to get a little bit orange, but it does look pretty cool if you do ask me. But anyways guys, that's pretty much it for the number 2 spot. Let's head on to the number 1 spot. On the number 1 spot, we have the FryBry Shaders Ultra over here. This only takes around 3 megabytes worth of storage, and it is definitely one of the best shaders out there. So this is actually my own shader that was made for me in honor of reaching 100,000 subscribers. And if you guys want to be too, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we could do that for 200k. Actually, that would be a good idea. And I really do love the way the water does look like in this shade over here. The water is definitely made to be way more better, and if we go underwater, we get this amazing distortion effect along with a like a really cool pattern to it as well, which is just super duper amazing. And of course, we do get way brighter lighting as well. And yeah, as you can tell, the shadows are definitely made to be way more darker. So if you're gonna use this in survival, then make sure to bring some extra torches. But what's really cool about this shader in particular is that it has a built-in F1 button. So where it has my logo on it, if you press on it, it will hide the buttons for you, and you can just press it again for them to reappear. And this is just so useful for mobile users, you know, who don't have to go to the settings or anything like that. But this is how the sunset does look like. It looks absolutely insane, and especially with that background of a bunch of trees, this is just so beautiful if you ask me. So as you can tell, we have a beautiful sunset over here with a bunch of different shades of yellow, oranges, all that good stuff. Remember, the downloads can be found in the description down below. Make sure to subscribe. We are trying to reach 200,000 subscribers. Please like, comment, subscribe. See you later, French fries.